Chapter 11. Know, the importance of knowing. When we're young, we often think that we know everything. As we get older, we begin to realize that there is so much we don't know. Until finally, like Socrates, we suspect that we don't know anything. According to the information brought through by my invisible helpers, however, the knowledge of everything is within us. If that's true, then in a real sense we know everything. So when the youthful think they know everything, they're on to something. But when it's our inflated egos that believe this, we usually aren't interested in learning anything new, including learning the reason we really do know everything. So if you feel that you don't know everything, and would like to learn why you actually do know everything, travel with me to the knowing level and learn about what you already know. ROMC. I am on my platform and am very relaxed. It's a different type of atmosphere. I looked in one direction and saw a large cluster of stars, like a cloud. As I looked at it, I heard the words, the cloud of the unknowing, and then I heard, the cloud of the knowing. I could see myself standing on the platform in a beautiful, flowing, Grecian-type robe. When I looked down at the earth, it was as if I was looking into all dimensions, into timelessness, and all the levels of knowing and unknowing. Then I got a picture of life on this planet. It's as if I'm going to be taken into different aspects of a timeless element of existence on this planet. I'll see what's going to happen. Ram, go with the flow. I'll describe things as they're happening, instead of watching them first and then telling you about them. I'm being taken back in time, but also into timelessness. The very nature of the soul, the higher self, is timeless. The soul exists and works out aspects of its nature within time. The unknowing is the time nature of self, and the knowing is its timeless nature. So I'm going to be shown the knowing and unknowing aspects of the self or soul. As I look down on the earth, it's a beautiful ball turning slowly. As it rotates, I can hear some voices and somehow see individuals at different points on earth. I am told that these people are actually different aspects of myself. In the timeless dimension, I exist in all of these natures. There is no separation. But in the time zone, I experience other people as separate existences. It's fascinating to observe myself and the earth in both time and timelessness. The balancing of my energies is related to my earth existence. We come into the time zone of earth at certain levels for special lessons in balance. Our souls choose these time zone lessons, and we go to specific areas where the energies are right for our personal growth. I'm now zoning in on a certain energy point of earth time. I can hear a strong Scottish accent. I see and hear a lady complaining that life is very difficult for her. As the earth turns, I can see myself in a dramatic country. There's a heaviness about this existence. As the earth continues to rotate, I can see Greece, and I feel lighter and happier. These are 3 of my past life incarnations. The first 2 had a heavier feeling and were in a northern, colder climate. My life in the dramatic country was during a time of the roaming tribes called the Huns. It was a very tough period, but good for growth. The difficult lifetimes were important in burning out some heavy stuff within my soul aspects of my lower energies. Because of the intensity of the Scottish and dramatic lifetimes, I shifted next to a light climate, into the golden age of Greece. I moved from base earth energies into higher emotional levels. The energies are so different, and I feel lighter just observing the difference. Soul growth takes place through achieving balance. Everything in the universe is rhythm and balance. We incarnate into the earth-time level in that same pattern of rhythm and balance. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling of rhythm. I can sense and see the rhythms and patterns of my overall existence before me in one beautiful picture. When things get really hard, it's all for a very important reason: spiritual growth. In seeing the overall picture of my soul growth, I'm told that this is the knowing aspect of the self. Unknowing is when we are in specific situations in the time zone of Earth and do not know and remember the other aspects of our life and growth. That is, unless the knowing part of us brings them consciously to our attention. In reality, we always know. It's a matter of knowing that we know. The Earth also goes through a process of growth. When I was going through a trying period in a lifetime, the consciousness of the whole country I lived in was going through similar growth stages. And of course, this continues. During the golden age of Greece, the Earth was at a very high level of energy. During these lighter periods of history, the soul grows in the finer, sensitive points. Many souls come in at the same moment in time for similar growth patterns. Like attracts like. There was both outer and inner peace during this creative Greek period. Naturally, I feel better about a place where I had a good experience, and I feel good about my lifetimes in Greece. I did have one trying lifetime there, but I grew a lot, and I am still working out some of those energies. I'm aware of being back on my platform. The Earth continues to rotate. Again, I see fluctuation points in the Earth's energies. Now I see some very, very high energy levels, and I hear the words Mu and Atlantis. People who came in at these times were living at very high energy levels within their own being. Each soul has its higher and lower points of energy. As the soul develops, it vibrates at faster rates. Souls whose vibration rates are on slower or denser levels will continue to come back to the Earth in situations in which the energies of the Earth are more dense and on a slower vibration. The denser situation creates a friction that has a way of speeding up the soul level of growth. Souls can come back only into the level to which they have developed. A soul would not come in at the energy levels of a Mu or Atlantis if it had not been vibrating at higher energies within. After a high experience, the soul might come back into an Earth area of its lowest vibrating energies in order to bring all parts of itself into higher energies. It works in rhythmic patterns. A soul can fluctuate back and forth from its lowest to its highest energy level, and it could come into those points of Earth time where the needed energy levels exist. The soul of the Earth goes through similar patterns of growth, and every soul that lives on the Earth affects the energy patterns of the Earth. There are times when souls come into the Earth time zone for teaching and sharing purposes. In this case, a higher vibratory soul comes into the lower Earth vibration in order to teach and share from its higher energy patterns. Thus, souls that have evolved into higher energy patterns work with souls of lower vibration, as well as in lower vibratory periods in the Earth time zone. There is continual movement in the universe. Nothing evolves to a higher energy level and then ceases functioning. The higher the vibratory level, the greater the responsibility. This is a universal principle. There is always teachers, there are always students, and the teachers also need to be students, and the students need to be teachers. All is one, and one is all. There is no real separation in the universe. Separation is experienced by individual souls when they have cut themselves off from the innate source, the level of knowing.